Well, joining me now is former Chief of the U.S. Border Patrol and retired ICE Director Ron Vitiello. Good morning, good afternoon. Thanks for being with us.
Good afternoon. Thanks for inviting me.
So I'll let you react to that. What do you think? Is this a problem that perhaps illegal immigrants are going to try to vote in this election, or is this just a narrative that Republicans like Donald Trump are trying to push?
Well, I think it's a concern for all of us, right? The Democrats specifically want them to be counted in the census. That'll change the way the House proportions are for, Democrat votes in the big blue cities like Los Angeles, et cetera. So having them in the country is a problem. It's costing us all lots of money, public health, crime, gang activity. We're enriching these cartels. So it's a big problem all across the United States. If they were going to vote, as the commenter said, that it would be a problem for them legally. But obviously the Democrats and this administration, they don't care about securing the border, because if they did, they would do more about it. We're seeing about 6,000 people come every 24 hours into the United States illegally. And those are just the encounters that CBP is reporting. It doesn't count for all of the drug smuggling and all of the gotaways that are included in that flow every single day. When this president took over in his term about 3 years ago, we had about 1,000 people coming to the border every 24 hours. And so it's a huge problem at the border and in every city in America. You've seen Mayor Adams there in New York talk about this is a $12 billion problem for the city. So they're pulling back city resources in order to fund the illegal migration and the effects of it in a city like New York.
Well, the border is the second biggest problem in the U.S. for voters. That's how they're polling on the issue, second only to inflation. So what do you think's fueling it the most? You mentioned a lot of these crime, security concerns, threats of terror, strains being put on education and infrastructure even. But what is the biggest one for you as retired ICE director? What does the retired ICE director think?
Well, we're seeing the effects of this illegal migration in every city and town in the United States. Here where I'm at in Virginia, it is the #1 issue, even though we're nowhere near the border here. So people are seeing the effects of it. We're seeing it in crime. We're seeing it in gang activity. And we're seeing these images at the border every single day with thousands and thousands of people who are coming in, asking for asylum, abusing the system. And so people are concerned about it because it does affect our schools. It does affect public health, and it's increased crime. We have the gang from Venezuela who is now taking over retail drug sales in major cities in the United States. They've only been here for 3 years, and now they're committing crimes in the big cities like Chicago, New York, Houston, Dallas, Los Angeles. So we're seeing it every single day. We're seeing the effects of it, and it's costing all Americans.
And you're saying this is a bigger problem since President Biden took office rather than how things were under former President Trump. We've got some other polls we're going to show. Another new poll out today, actually, monitoring which candidate voters believe would do a better job addressing the situation at the border right now. So, well, that's the wrong poll, actually. But as far as overall voters goes, I think that's the wrong poll as well. But overall voters, 46% go with Trump, 26% go with Biden, and 13% are unsure. So the poll for the best candidate to handle the border, 46% for Trump, 26% for Biden, and 13% unsure. Now, what you're looking at now is of all of Democrats, they are still saying Biden's doing an okay job. He's got more than 50% there. So what do you think he could do in the here and now ahead of November to get those numbers up? Because we do know that whoever's energized on voting day is who's going to come out. So although he's doing okay with Democrats on this issue, he still needs to get it up.
Well, he has no credibility on the issue of immigration. On day one, he ended the policies that led us to a 45-year low in activity of illegal migration across the southwest border. And he's made decisions ever since, the Title 42, rescinding that. Everything he's done is to encourage people to come from all over the world to the southwest border. He has to end the incentives. If he wants to improve conditions at the border, he can reinstate the policies that he rescinded on day one in office. You have both presidents now have a record on what they did on the southwest border, what they did for Homeland and border security, and it's a clear difference, right? We had 45-year lows in activity under Donald Trump. We had the migrant protection protocols, historic support from Mexico. And now all of that is gone. And so we have 6,000 people come into the border every single night, CBP encounters. And so you have a record to run. They both have a record to run on as it relates to immigration.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.